All right, ready for another deep dive? Buckle up, because today we're heading to Hippie Hypnotism.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
It's an online shop specializing in handmade bags, and their website, well, let's just say it's an experience.
Lots of color.
Bursts of it, and maybe a tad chaotic, definitely giving off those boho vibes,
I can picture it.
And get this, there's a free shipping banner practically shouting at you from every corner.
Yeah, that's one way to grab your attention. It's a classic tactic, for sure, trying to incentivize purchases.
But do you think it could backfire?
Well, yeah, maybe. It's like, how much is too much? When does highlighting a good deal become, a little too pushy?
Right, like, hey, I just came here to look at some bags.
Exactly. There's a fine line there.
It's funny you should say that because they actually claim to revolutionize online shopping.
Whoa. Ambitious.
That's what I thought. Big statement.
So, before we get lost in the website chaos, what about the products themselves? What stands out to you?
Well, they're leaning hard into that handmade boho aesthetic, that's for sure. Everything's dreamy and free-spirited.
It's like they're tapping into this desire for something unique, in a world full of mass-produced everything.
That's interesting you say that because with all the bright colors and the, constant emphasis on softness, it does feel like they're trying to transport you to a different headspace.
I see what you mean.
They've got a pretty good variety of bags, too. Cloth, cotton rope, categories like all bags, the best sellers, and of course on sale now.
Of course.
Most seem to be under $50. What do you think of that pricing?
Seems pretty smart, actually. Like, it aligns with their target audience, right? Folks who appreciate handmade stuff but aren't necessarily looking for, luxury brands.
Affordable but unique.
Right. And, they even have a sustainable filter.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Speaking to that whole eco-conscious thing, which is huge these days.
Definitely.
It's funny, when you think hippie, you don't always think organized, but their website, it actually has a really detailed filter system.
Oh, really?
You can sort by material, style, size, even handle type, like hard or soft.
Okay, that's impressive. But maybe a little much for a casual browser? Like, do they think everyone coming to their site is already deep into the boho scene?
Right. It's like, hey, I just wanted a simple bag.
Exactly.
Okay, but let's talk about the elephant in the room. Or should I say, the giant banner screaming at us from every page. Free shipping. Is this effective marketing, or are they just going overboard?
I mean, free shipping is powerful, right? The studies show it can really reduce those abandoned carts and boost sales.
Oh, for sure. But the way they're doing it.
It's a lot. And honestly, could it even make some people, less likely to buy? Like, almost distrust the offer because it's so in your face?
Yeah, it's like maybe they're trying to hypnotize us into buying more. Free, free, free. Must buy more.
Maybe, but it's risky. And then on top of that, they throw in a up to 30% off deal on certain collections.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
So it's like double the temptation.
Speaking of temptation, let's dive into their brand voice. It's not just the visuals, it's the language. It's all dreamy jewelry with a free-spirited vibe. Unique gifts for every free spirit. Is this actually hippie?
It's definitely unique, quirky, playful, maybe even a little over the top at times,
Right.
but it's memorable. They're trying to create this community, this tribe of people who get it, who vibe with this whole aesthetic.
It's like they're embracing the stereotype, but in a way that's almost like intentional, self-aware.
Yeah, I see that.
But is it authentic, or does it come across as, I don't know, trying too hard? And then there's all this repetition, like, shop hippie hypnotism now and enjoy. It pops up multiple times. What's that about?
Could be a way to just hammer home their key points, the free shipping, the unique designs, the whole softness thing.
Like a mantra, okay,
Yeah.
let's get down to business and check out their FAQ section. This is where you really see how a company ticks. What jumped out at you?
First thing, honestly, the limited shipping, U.S. only, which is a bummer for international shoppers.
That is a major drawback.
And the processing time, 5-7 business days. A bit longer than some other places.
Yeah, I noticed that.
But here's where it gets interesting. The return policy.
I was surprised by that. 14 days, free return shipping, no restocking fee. That's generous, especially for a smaller operation.
It really makes you think they're confident in what they're selling. Like, they want to make the whole experience risk-free.
It shows they care about customer satisfaction, that's for sure.
Absolutely. And they give you the details on customer support, too. Available Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Average response time, 24 hours.
So not 2047, but at least they're trying to be accessible.
Right. Setting expectations.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here. Niche products, maybe too strong emphasis on free shipping, and a really customer-friendly return policy. What's your overall impression?
I think they're definitely trying to create a unique experience.
They're not blending in, that's for sure.
But the big question is, does it resonate? Do people actually want to shop there?
Yeah. Are they actually hypnotized?
We'll see.
That's something we're going to keep digging into as we go deeper with hippie hypnotism. But now I want to hear from you. What stands out to you so far? The bold claims, that quirky language, the obsession with softness. Hit us up on social media. Let's talk about it.
Okay, so we've talked products, prices, that free shipping banner they're so fond of, and their unique brand voice.
Definitely unique.
But what about the company itself? Like, who are these people?
Right.
Let's head over to their About Us page, where companies usually lay out their mission, their values, all that good stuff.
Yeah, the why behind the what.
Exactly. Curious to see if that quirky personality shines through here, too.
Let's see.
Okay, so they talk about their passion for funky handmade bags. They emphasize quality and affordability, and get this, they want to provide a shopping experience catered for you.
Catered for you, huh? It's a pretty big promise.
That's what I thought. Are they actually delivering on that? Well, I mean, based on what we've seen so far, they're trying. The filters, the return policy, the focus on, like, a specific niche.
Yeah.
It all points to, like, an attempt to personalize things,
But is it truly catered to each individual?
It's like saying you're going to tailor a suit for everyone who walks into your store.
Right.
Sounds great in theory, but in reality,
Much more complicated.
way more complicated. It's almost like, remember how they said they want to revolutionize online shopping?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Like, they're not afraid of making big claims.
Not at all.
Whether they can actually back them up, that's another story.
That's the question, isn't it?
Speaking of connecting with customers, let's peek at their Contact Us section. That can tell you a lot about a company.
Totally. Like, how willing are they to actually be reached?
Exactly. A company that's easy to get a hold of that says something.
For sure.
Okay, so they've got an email address, info@hippiehypnotism.com, and a phone number, 269-978-8884.
So multiple ways to reach them.
Yep. And they say they'll reply within 24 hours, Monday to Friday.
So at least they're setting clear expectations.
Exactly. No surprises.
Now, let's not forget the footer. It's often overlooked, but it can be important.
Yeah, you find those essential links down there, the legal stuff.
And sometimes little hints about their strategy.
What's in this one?
Looks like the standard fare, privacy policy, FAQs, shipping and returns, terms of service. They also have a dedicated About section down here, basically repeating what's on the main About Us page.
Keeping things consistent?
Yep. And they list their accepted payment methods: American Express, Apple Pay, Google Pay, MasterCard, Shop Pay, Visa.
Covering all the bases. So as we wrap up this part of our hippie hypnotism exploration, what are your thoughts?
It's clear they've put a lot of effort into building a unique online presence, that's for sure. The bold statements, the quirky language, the focus on softness, the whole boho vibe, it all adds up to a very specific image.
But does it work?
Yeah, that's the big question, right? Will this actually attract customers, or will it just be too much for some people?
It's like they've set the stage, but will the audience show up?
That's a great way to put it. It's all about execution now.
Exactly. And speaking of execution, there's one detail I think we need to dig into a little further.
Oh, all right, let's do it. But first, I want to hear from you. Have you checked out hippiehypnotism.com yet? What are your initial impressions? Hit us up on social media. We're always down for a good conversation. Okay, so we've pretty much unpacked Hippie Hypnotism's whole deal, right? Their products, their brand, but you said there was one more thing.
Yeah, remember that phrase they keep using? Like, dreamy jewelry with a free-spirited vibe?
Uh-huh.
It's all over the website, especially with their jewelry collection.
Yeah, I noticed that. It's like they're trying to create that same, I don't know, feel across all their products.
Right, but it makes you wonder...
What do you mean?
Well, on the surface, it makes sense, right? Expand their product line.
Yeah, sure.
But if we think about their, like, core brand identity, it gets a little fuzzy.
So are they a bag company that also sells jewelry?
Or are they trying to be, like, this whole lifestyle brand?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Right, like, their name is Hippie Hypnotism?
Which makes you think bags.
Exactly, but then they're pushing this dreamy jewelry with the same, language and imagery they use for the bags.
So are they diluting their brand by trying to be everything to everyone?
It's a tough question. Lots of companies face this. Like, how do you grow without losing what makes you, you?
It's a balance, for sure.
And that brings us back to you, dear listener. As you're checking out their website, what do you think? Does the jewelry feel like a natural fit, or is it a little off?
Yeah, we've taken you deep into hippie hypnotism land, analyzed their website, their marketing, all that. But now it's your turn to explore.
Head over to hippiehypnotism.com, see what stands out to you. Is it charming? Is it chaotic? Does the dreamy jewelry call to you?
Every click, every impression, it all tells a story. So go out there, explore, and tell us what your story is, what resonates with you, what makes you think, interesting. Hit us up on social media. Let's keep talking. Until next time, happy shopping. C-to-A-R. C-to... Oh.